Okay, we'll go ahead and get started. Good morning and welcome to Fayetteville College Signing Day at Fayetteville High School. On behalf of our Superintendent, Dr. Mulford, our FHS Principal, Dr. Michelle Miller, our ALPS Principal, Dr. Hoy, I want to thank you for joining us as we celebrate an incredible group of student athletes. My name is Steve Jansky, and I am proud to serve as the District Athletic Director for Fayetteville. And today we recognize 18 student athletes signing to compete at the next level. Without a doubt, this is a monumental moment in your life and those who have supported you every step of the way. These athletes have earned this moment through years of hard work, discipline, and perseverance. They set a high standard for themselves and future Purple Dogs, and we will begin the ceremony with Goff and Coach Williams.
Thank you very much. What a wonderful day. Check out all these beautiful people up here that have earned a right and accomplished a dream to move on to the next level. I'd like to introduce Will Eldridge, my person. He's down at the end. Will, stand up, please. It's such an honor to be here. These are days that I look forward to every year to see the delight and the joy on the faces and just a feeling from a coach's perspective as kind of as a parent to see their players reach a goal that they've been planning for a long time. So I want to tell you about Will just a minute. Will is a all-conference performer this year and helped lead us to a 6A West Conference championship in golf. And we like winning. And so he's a 3-year letterman. And it's been an honor of mine to have him on my team. But I have to tell you a story about Will first. But the story leads into the type of person that he is. So, Will has shown a lot of determination, which is part of being a Bulldog. He may not. He tells me he has another year of eligibility left, but because I didn't keep him around when he was a 9th grader. But this story is good because it shows the type of human he is. So he made himself determined that he was going to be better. And he went out and he earned his way on the next year. But it didn't stop there. Another quality of a Bulldog, in my opinion, is helping others. And for the next few years, his sophomore, junior, and senior years, will help not only other golfers on our team get better, which improved and made our team better. So he was paying it forward and in teaching and helping others become better themselves. And finally, not only is he here today to sign his letter, to reach a goal, but he also knows now that his footprint and his legacy has been marked on the foundation of the golf program forever. And we like to say, once a Bulldog, always a Bulldog. That's no joke. That's the honest 100% truth, especially in the golf program. And I think I can speak for all sports. We welcome our own. We consider our own always part of our program, no matter where you go, no matter how old you get. I want to finish by saying this. As good as today is, the best is still ahead of you, Will. I have confidence, 100%, that your best days are in front of you. It was an honor for me to have you on my team, and I'm very thankful to have you have come through our program and put your mark on our foundation. Thank you for everything you've done, and Sewanee University of the South is getting an excellent golfer and an even better person. Thank you, Will. I would like to introduce head volleyball coach Jessica Phelan.
Good morning, everybody. I want to congratulate all of our athletes signing today. What a special milestone this is, not just for you, but your families and your teammates standing behind you and with you. As a parent of 3 college athletes myself, I know firsthand that your child is stepping into a new chapter, but you guys are too today. And as your kids embark into college athletics, there's going to be highs and lows, and they're still going to need you to remind them to not let those victories go to their head and not let their losses go to their hearts. And beyond that, I hope you guys also just enjoy traveling to new places and meeting new people, just like your kids. So congratulations to you parents and athletes. And it's my honor to recognize 2 volley dogs today. If you guys would stand, I have Lauren Taylor and Piper Beatty. First of all, it's my honor to recognize Piper Beatty. Piper is one of the most accomplished athletes in our program's history. She's a 4-time All-State selection, a member of the AVCA All-Region team, an All-Arkansas Preps athlete. But beyond all of the accolades, she's one of the kindest and steadiest leaders we've had the privilege of coaching in Fayetteville. This year, Piper led our team to a state finals berth as a captain and doing absolutely anything and everything we needed from her, from passing and setting to attacking. She finished her high school career with over 1,000 kills, 1,000 digs, and over 1,000 assists, which is an exceptionally rare feat in high school volleyball and a real testament to her all-around skill set. When I asked Piper who she wanted to thank, she shared this. She said, "I would like to first thank God. I would not be here without him. I also want to thank all of my teammates and coaches who have helped me become the player I am today. Lastly, I want to thank my number 1 supporters, my parents and brother. You guys are amazing, and I'm so grateful for you. I cannot wait to be a Tiger." So Piper, on behalf of all the coaches who've had the incredible joy of coaching you, all of the teammates who've had the privilege of competing beside you, we wish you nothing but the best as you continue your volleyball journey at the University of Missouri, MIZ. Congratulations, Piper. And next, I want to extend my heartfelt congratulations to Lauren Taylor. Yeah. When I think of Lauren, I think of someone who's exceptionally competitive. She's confident and fun. Lauren is a 3-year starter for us. She was a team captain and helped spark our run through the state tournament this fall. She earned all conference honors, and she recently had the honor of representing Fayetteville in the Arkansas Volleyball Coaches Association All-Star Game. She's been a consummate competitor, teammate, and a true competitor in all senses. She will be continuing her volleyball career at Arkansas Tech University. Lauren shared these words of gratitude. "I want to thank my number 1 supporters, my mom, dad, and brother. I couldn't have gotten here without their support and unconditional love. I love you guys." And with that, on behalf of her proud and amazing parents, Brooke and John, her former coaches, and all of her teammates, I want to congratulate you, Lauren, and wish you nothing but continued success at Arkansas Tech. And I'd now like to recognize Coach Dick, who's going to introduce the football signees.
Thank you, Coach Phelan. I also want to congratulate, number 1, all of our athletes, but also all of their families and everybody that's at their table and the students who came out today. And really there's a lot of hard work, sacrifice, and dedication that took place behind the scenes of everything to get these guys and these girls to where they want to go, and that their end destination this is not the end. This is kind of the beginning, the second beginning of where they're going to go. So congratulations to all you guys and your outstanding accomplishments. First up for me will be Matt Heckman. Matt is the big guy in the middle there. He has a tremendous honor of going to Army West Point, which is a really distinguished honor. And as Matt came into our program as a freshman, he was a young man that had some challenges, and he really worked through those challenges and separated himself and really found out the value of hard work, dedication, what it was like to grow up, and really put his best foot forward and ran with every single thing that we ever asked him to do. He led by example every single day, one of the strongest kids to come through our program as well. He is a quiet leader, but he is an extremely hard worker. He's a great example for all the young kids in our program of what it's like to start out, and then obviously as he finishes his journey here at the high school, what it's like to be able to go play at the next level at a prestigious place like Army West Point. His family, his mom and his dad are there today, and we sat in my office, and when the academy started calling, it was kind of a weird avenue for all of us to navigate. We didn't really know what it was like or what some of the things and characteristics were, and they ended up settling on Army West Point. So some things about Matt: great kid, great teammate, held himself accountable, very high standard driven, motivated young man, was on our leadership committee, started 27 games for us over his career here at FHS, had 50 plus pancake blocks, and graded out consistently over 90% playing offensive line. So that's really tough to do at the level that he plays it at, can play multiple positions for us, and we'll look forward to having him having an outstanding career, obviously, at Army West Point. He was voted all-conference, a senior football team, great academic and athletic commitment. Look forward to watching you serve, and we appreciate you, Matt. Look forward to catching I think we worked this out in the NIL deal, the Army-Navy game, so we'll figure that out later. But Matt Heckman, Army West Point. Up next, we have Brody Jones. Brody's in the middle in the front row, going to the University of Missouri. Real long, rangy, athletic defensive back. One of the things that everybody will tell you about Brody across the conference and across the state is he's probably the most physical person playing defensive back that we've ever seen come across our conference. So that's not something that obviously gets done playing defensive back, but he made a name for himself by playing the game a certain way. And really wrote his ticket. He took everything that we could ask him to do, played multiple positions from corner to safety. I think he was in my office once a day trying to get him to play wide receiver because he was really athletic and rangy. He could do a wide variety of things. He has elite ball skills that will give him the opportunity at Missouri to play a multitude of positions and coverage ability from whether it's nickel, corner, safety. He will have the opportunity to do a lot of things that we have. He was voted first team all-conference this past football season. He had 32 tackles, 20 assisted tackles, 1 tackle for loss, 2 interceptions, a pass breakup. He will graduate early and also enroll at the University of Missouri. Brody Jones. Drake Osborne is over there in the middle next to Matt. Drake was a guy that as he came through our program, he didn't really know if he had interest in going to play college football. And it took a little bit of encouragement from everybody in our program and our coaching staff to really push him. As colleges came by, he has a unique set of skills. He can probably play a lot of the positions up front. He can play center. He can play tackle. And honestly, when we went to a 7-on-7 camp, Coach Wood took some of our offensive linemen over there in the summer, and that's kind of where he got noticed. And he kind of wrote his ticket from there. And he was one that when the colleges and universities started showing some interest, he kind of came back to us and said, hey, I may want to do this thing. So we navigated down that road, and he found his home at Arkansas Tech. But some things about Drake, obviously, when you look at him and Matt both, we're losing close to about 750 pounds up there up front. So if anybody has any suggestions on what we can do to replace him, I'm open to ears. Big, strong, athletic lineman. Like I said, he can play anything up front, any position. Knows the game, studies the game. Him and Matt would come in and give me some plays on my whiteboard, like he was Patrick Mahomes trying to draw up some plays, and there was a couple of times we had 10 and 13 people out there, but we were going to try to figure out how to make it work. Showed up every single day. He's one of the most dedicated kids that we've had. He's always on time, drove his car, he was always at rehab. Even through his injuries, did some amazing work to get back to where he was. Like I said, he's very dedicated. The biggest thing for Drake is he's accountable. And him and Matt really did an unbelievable job, and Coach Wood did a great job of really showing our young kids what it's like and how it's supposed to be played up front. So the role model, the leadership, and those things that you guys showed to our offensive linemen, and not only our offensive linemen, but our entire program, we will greatly thank you for those characteristics that you displayed. Drake, over his career, started over 31 games. So between those two, we're looking at almost 60 that those two guys played in and did an outstanding job. But he had 60-plus pancake blocks, graded out, again, right at 90%, playing offensive line over those 31 games. Was on our leadership committee, was an all-state football player voted by the other coaches in our conference this past football season, Drake Osborne, Arkansas Tech. Lastly, over there on the end, Katavian Taylor. One of my favorite stories about Katavian is when he was a freshman, he played a variety of sports. Coach Stamps was over there. He was an electric basketball player. I used to tell him we just stand underneath the rim, and his job was to play defense. And Mr. Johnny was in our office, and he said, "Coach, I think he's going to be a great quarterback." I said, "Johnny, he's going to be an elite receiver. You got to buy into him playing receiver." He's laughing because those conversations are over there. And I said, he's going to be an elite receiver at the next level. He's going to grow into his body. He can run. He has all the characteristics. He's long, of making highlight plays. And you guys saw that from the time he was a sophomore all the way through. He was a senior. He played in the state championship game. Was an unbelievable player. Lots of big plays, lots of memories. One of the funnest kids that you can actually get to coach. He took coaching hard. And his dad will be the first one to tell you he would go home and get it from his dad and get it from his mom. And he would call and be like, you can coach him and push him however hard you can push him, because that's what it's like in life. So, Johnny and Mom, we thank you for every single thing that you have done. You've raised an outstanding young man. He's a quiet leader, right? Shows up every single day, works. The group that he runs around with is a fun group that we're going to miss extremely. Just because they showed up every single day and did things the right way. Like Matt and Drake, they did a great job. He did a great job of really showing our receivers what it's like to play that position. Worked on his craft every single day. He had 800 receiving yards as a junior, went over the 1,000-yard mark this year, had 9 touchdowns his senior year, many highlight plays and big catches and plays that we'll look back on for a long time during his career. He did things right on and off the field, and that's one thing that we can greatly appreciate about Katavian and the way that he did things. He was voted first-team All-State this football season. Katavian Taylor, University of Central Arkansas. Up next, we have Coach DeRosa with lacrosse.
We're here today to recognize Cade Hancock from the boys lacrosse team. Go ahead and stand up, Cade. It's an honor to be here today to recognize Cade's commitment to attend and play lacrosse for William Jewell College. Cade and his family have been a part of our program for nearly 5 years now. Starting in 2021, when a young 8th grader on the sidelines sporting purple dog gear, while his mom, Christy, photographed games and his dad volunteered with game day setup. He's been around us for a long time now. Since then, Cade has set an example of what it means to be a dog. He's built friendships that extend beyond the field. He's competed in tournaments across the country, and I'm sure I can count on one hand the amount of days that he hasn't had a lacrosse stick in his hand. He embodies Paul Rabel's mantra. Paul Rabel's one of the greatest players that's played our sport. You can't miss a day. Whether it's videos from his dad showing him play wall ball with a lacrosse stick in one hand, a baseball glove in another, or pictures from his mom showing him play in a tournament in Annapolis, Maryland, Cade doesn't miss a day. To back this up, here's what he's accomplished as a Fayetteville Bulldog. He's a 4-year starter at FHS. He's a 2-time captain. He's currently played the second most games all time, but they'll break that record this year. He's the all-time leader in points scored. He's the all-time leader in goals scored. His second all-time in assists scored. He's tied for the all-time leader in ground balls, which he'll break this year. In 2024, we named him our offensive MVP. In 25, we named him the co-offensive player of the year. And our league that we compete in named him to the first team all-state team last season. He's an amazing lacrosse player, but he's even better person. He's selfless, he cares deeply, and he's pretty funny. Cade has a personality that draws you in like gravity. He spends his summers at New Life Ranch building memories for the next generation. He volunteers for organizations like Potter's House, and from what I hear, he's a pretty skilled fly fisherman as well. The trait I want to recognize is his patience. He wanted to find the right school and the right team even though he started this journey as early as junior high. He's found a great program that fits his needs at William Jewell and provides him an opportunity to pursue a career in veterinary medicine. And I believe behind his leadership this season, his patience will finally pay off. I personally want to thank Scott and Christy, his parents, for their blood, sweat, and tears over the last 3.5 years. They've not only raised two amazing athletes and people, but they will leave the boys and girls lacrosse programs here in a better place than they found them 4 years ago. Cade's list of thank yous include the following coaches: Dave McDaniel, Bear Thompson, Alex Wilkinson, Mac Turnbull, Patrick Gladden, Brendan Wise-Miklos, John Rideout, Charlie Baker, Dan Leff, Matt Kimsey, and Dave Colbert. He also wants to thank his sister Riley for always pushing him to be the best athlete and the best person he can be. He thanks his mom and his dad for getting him to all his practices and games and for patiently waiting for him to be the last off the field. He thanks his grandparents for always watching his games, either in person or on the stream, and then asking about the rules after the fact. And he wants to say thank you to his future coaches, Andrew Briones and Kevin Grill, for giving him the opportunity to continue his career at the college level. Thank you, Cade. And at this time, I'd like to thank or introduce Coach Vic Rimmer from the women's basketball team.
Thanks, Coach. I'm introducing Charlie Rollins. Charlie, stand up. Charlie is signing with Pitt State in Kansas. That's a great fit for her. We're excited about that. So, coming to the end of an era, and we just started basketball season. We're about 6 games in and got back late last night, and we're all sleepy and tired. But this is a huge day today for us. I'm going to try to not to get too emotional, but after every basketball practice for the past 4 years, Charlie played for us as a freshman. After every basketball practice, Ryan and Charlie are in this gym shooting baskets. He's rebounding and coaching, and she is shooting and shooting and shooting. I'm going to miss that song. You're going to miss this. You and I have said that, Ryan, several times. The time and effort that they've put in to get Charlie to become a college athlete is unbelievable. And the effort, the dedication, and the time spent in a loyal family. Natasha, the stuff that she does for our team, Ryan and Natasha, you guys have been awesome for our program. Thank you. We're going to miss you guys as much as we're going to miss Charlie. To say Charlie is a hard worker is not even close to what I'm really talking about. It doesn't even come close. I would say she's more like beyond dedicated. I would say she's borderline obsessed with shooting the basketball. She is obsessed with seeing the basketball go through the net. Her rank, where she's sitting there, that she could back up 3 or 4 more steps and still make a 3 here, and I'm very comfortable with that shot. That's her range. If you want to come watch our high school team play, and please do. We've got a great schedule. Our boys basketball team's really good this year. We're going to be very good. Please come out and watch us and watch this young lady fire the ball from a long, long ways. You'll be amazed. We have noticed, Coach S and I have noticed that over the past couple of years we've had to buy new nets more often around here, and I think it's got a lot to do with the amount of time that she spends shooting in our gym. To describe Charlie for you, you talk about a sweet spirit, the sweetest kid I've coached in a long, long time. The smile is forever. It's easy to love her, easy to coach her. She's a loyal teammate. If I polled our team on who they liked the most, it'd probably be Charlie. She is the sweetest kid. And she has the best hair of anybody I've coached in 33 years. She's top of the line. And rainy days are the best. If you have big hair, you know that. This kid is so tough mentally and physically. She's gone through 2 seasons with what could have been and was 1 year a season-ending injury. Last year, a fluke wrist injury. But her toughness mentally and physically to come back from those injuries and the games that she missed, her presence on the floor at the run we made last year to go to the state finals, she had a lot to do with that. because just her on the floor causes defenses to guard in such a range. It's incredible. She is of the highest character kid, always wants to do the right thing. Classroom, I didn't even ask Charlie, I asked Dad. It's above a 3.5, the GPA. Just a solid student. She's going to be successful at everything she does beyond basketball at Pitt State. She's going to be a really good college basketball player because she's going to work at it. She's going to spend time at it. But beyond that, Charlie is going to be a very successful person. And I want to give you a word today to remember sitting in this arena. Stewardship. God talks a lot about stewardship and the talents that He has given us and the abilities He's given you and I. Everybody in this room has been given some sort of talent in some sort of way. Charlie took the talent that God gave her and elevated it to beyond the normal standard. The talent He gave her was not to be 6 foot tall and to have extreme speed. But she became a college basketball player because she took what she had and she took it to a level that is undescribable. She literally made herself into a college athlete. There were no wasted days for this young lady. Please keep that in mind as a teenager in this room. You have whatever you have left as far as an athlete or student at the high school level. Don't waste your days. Be a steward like this young lady. Ryan and Natasha, this is a huge day for you. Congrats. I know it's an awesome day for you. Charlie, congrats. I love you. Pitt State's getting a great kid and a great basketball player. Charlie Rollins. Up next, my twin today. We didn't realize we dressed alike. Drew Yoakum. No, am I wrong? Okay. Nathan Large for cross country.
Good morning. We're here to recognize Helen and Amelia Hesselgren and Nate Rogerson. So we'll get to their achievements first, but one thing about track and cross country, if you go look at their tables, you'll notice that there are meets all over the place. And so their parents deserve a tremendous amount of recognition for taking them all around the United States, and in the case of the Hesselgrens, who just got back from running in Sweden, all around the world to compete. And so to become a collegiate athlete in track and cross country, it takes a lot of dedication and a lot of love from parents, and they're both very, very lucky. So the Hesselgren twins, they embody running culture. If you need to know who runs for what team, you ask the Hesselgrens. If you want to know what everybody's workouts are, you ask the Hesselgrens. If you need to know the personal best times for any runner at any point, anywhere, you ask the Hesselgrens. If you look at their profile and you look at the number of meets, they have run more meets than most people I have ever met. And they're not done yet. They live and breathe running, and they live and breathe the culture of running, but more than just fans, they're both incredibly fierce competitors. So we'll start with Amelia. She is a 3-time All-State cross-country runner, a 3-time AAU All-American, and a 2,000-meter steeplechase winner, has a 5K PR of 18:41, and placed her best placing at state, or excuse me, her second best placing at state was 8th place with a time of 19:01, and the next year placed 7th with a time of 19:06. 1,600-meter PR is a 5:22 that she set in 2024. Has been a multiple-time participant in the Oklahoma-Arkansas All-Star Cross Country Meet, and is a multiple state qualifiers in the 3,200 and the 1,600, and even finished as a state runner-up in the 1,600 meters. And Helen, I have to brag on, so Amelia sent me this really nice list of things that this kind of gives you the personality differences. She sent me this really nice list of all her accomplishments, and I think Helen she might have sent me 3 or 4 more emails since this morning that she keeps remembering things to add. So I love the difference in their personalities. So Helen is a 3-time All-State track athlete, 3rd place finisher in the 6A track meet in the 400-meter dash in 24 and 25. Was state runner-up in 23 in the 400, Indoors, she placed fourth in the 800 and the 400 in both 24 and 25, and is the 800-meter state champion indoors in 2023. Has also earned all-state honors in cross-country her freshman year. She is a All-American at the Adidas Nationals, participated in the New Balance Indoor Nationals, and also is the school and state record holder in the indoor 4x400 meter relay. Coach Peterson told me a story in the 4x4. They would always have Helen run first. If you've ever gone to a track meet and you watch Helen run, she runs with absolute tenacity. And so most of the time when she would get out there and run the first leg of that relay, it would break the other teams and they had nowhere to go. And so she is like the ultimate leadoff girl. Her personal bests include a 57.3 in the 400, 2:15 in the 800, a 5:29 in the 16, and a 19:39. Oh, excuse me, that's incorrect. And a 18:41 in the 5K. They are both incredibly dedicated athletes. Oral Roberts is getting not just one, but two of the best athletes that Fayetteville has to offer. Helen and Amelia, we are incredibly proud of your achievements and cannot wait to see what you do at the next level. And Nate. I've had the honor of coaching Nate. I got to coach him in junior high, and I also got to coach him here at the high school. And it's really hard to put into words what exactly Nate brings to a team. He's an incredibly hard worker. He's a leader. He's also the kind of person that Coach Thomas and I were talking last night, and we're almost losing an assistant coach when Nate leaves. If you need someone to lead a workout, Nate's your guy. If you need someone to encourage a teammate, give someone a ride, or set up rooming lists for state, Nate's your guy. He's reliable, and he exudes a quiet confidence that people can't help but follow. He's the same way on the cross-country course. As a 4-year varsity cross-country athlete, you don't have to worry about Nate. You know exactly where Nate's going to be. You know Nate is always running his heart out and working as hard as he possibly can. He's always running the race that he is supposed to be running. The same goes on the track. Nate is the definition of reliability. His personal bests include a 15:47 5K, a 9:58 in the 3200, and a 4:29 in the 1600, and a 1:58 800. When he told me that he was interested in running Division III, I knew it would be a perfect match. The combination of highly competitive athletics and high-level academics are also defining characteristics of Nate. I knew Trinity would be a great fit. As a former D3 runner myself who happened to be in the same conference as Trinity, I have lost to many Trinity athletes, and I know how good they can be. Nate will fit in perfectly at Trinity. As an NHS officer, a campus ambassador, and on track to be an honor grad, Nate will fit right in with the high academic standards at Trinity. Congratulations, Nate. We cannot wait to see what you accomplish as a Trinity Tiger. And now I'll introduce Coach Duncan with softball.
We are here today to recognize Lindley Chapman. So today is one of those special moments in athletics, a day when years of hard work, late nights, sweat, sacrifice, setbacks, and breakthroughs come together. National Signing Day is more than a ceremony. It's a celebration of commitment, character, and of the people who helped shape the journey. First, I want to recognize the parents, Andy and Julie. You've been the chauffeurs, the cheerleaders, the tough love, truth tellers, the therapist, and the steady foundation beneath Lindley's feet. This moment belongs to you just as much as her. From the beginning, Lindley embraced the challenge, showed resilience, humility, coachability, and had a drive to become a better student, athlete, and a person. I'm just gonna, go over some stats with Lindley. So we have 2 seniors left from her class. It was the first year that I was the head coach, so I will always remember these 2. We kind of started this journey together, so I'll always remember you. So I'm just going to go over some stats. So in her freshman year, 2023, she batted .278, 3 home runs. We won 4 games, okay? So been with me through the tough times and all the way to the best of times. Her sophomore year, she's got a whole lot better. We won 15 games. She batted .425 and hit 10 home runs. I don't know how many people know anything about hitting a home run, but it's very difficult. So anytime you get double digits, that's impressive. She was first team all-conference. I think she got snubbed. She should have been all-state that year, her sophomore year, but, that's just my opinion. 2025, her junior year, we won 18 games. She batted .440, so that's almost 50% of the time she got on base, pretty close. Had 9 home runs and made all-state. She had to miss a few games. I think her numbers would have been better because of a self-inflicted concussion. So I won't get into that, Lindley, but so we came in at the same time, and I saw her get better and better and better and better. And we went from winning 4 games in 3 years to winning 18. Probably should have been around 20, but we tied a couple. So she kind of helped set the foundation, reset the foundation of this program. And for that, I will always remember where we started and how far we've come. That's why, to me, that's why today is so meaningful. The signing isn't just a commitment to the next 4 years. It's a statement about the person you've become and the future you're ready to build. Butler Community College will be more than blessed to have you. We all are so proud of you, and we wish you the best, and we know that you will do great things. When you do things right like her in all phases of your life, you can't help but to succeed. Scott Gallagher for baseball is next. Thank you.
It's my honor to represent the baseball coaches and honor 2 players here today. First, we're going to recognize Caden Dutile. Caden is going to Ecclesia College. We went over this yesterday, and he tried to train me up on saying the name right, and I messed it up right off the bat. So, Ecclesia College, right up the road. He'll be joining his brother, Chase, who played for us, graduated a few years ago. So the 2 of them will get to play together again at the college level. Caden was a big part of our state finals team last year. He had 2 wins on the mound during the year, came in different times, relief pitcher, started some games, just kind of filled a role that was asked for him each day. Known as a very hard worker, a guy who's a no-nonsense guy, wants to get to work, wants to get after it, and then push his teammates. He had a 2.12 ERA on the year last year and will be called on this year in a bigger role than that. We look forward to his leadership on the mound and in the field and trying to push his team back to the finals again this year. I asked Caden what he would like to say to the people, and so I'll quote him here. I want to thank God for this amazing opportunity and path I have been led to. I would also like to thank my parents for the time, effort, and money put into baseball for me. Thank you for my brother Chase for leading the way. Lastly, I would like to thank my coaches that got me here, and also to Coach Griff for welcoming me to Ecclesia College. Caden Dutile. The next person I'd like to introduce is Emerson Early. Emerson is signing with Harding University. He joins a long list of players we've had in the past. We've had quite a few guys go there and be very successful at Harding over in Searcy. We also have a coach that went to Harding and coached at Harding University, and so it's great to have guys continue success and continue those legacies that went before him. So we wish him the best in that. Emerson was also a big part of our team last year that went to the finals. Played in 22 games, played in the outfield for us, designated hit, pinch hitter for us. He had 45 at-bats on the year. He had 3 doubles, 3 triples, and 1 home run. He also will have an expanded role for us this year. He will pick up where he left off, and he should be a guy that is a main contributor for us this year, and to push our team back to great places. Also a very hard worker, loves the weight room, loves to get after it. A guy that wants to be challenged. He needs to be pushed, and we try to push him each day. Great things are ahead of him. He's a guy who can play many different spots. He at the next level, he might be an infielder, might be an outfielder. He plays the role that needs to be played for each team. I asked Emerson what he would like to say, and so here's who he wanted to recognize. First, I want to thank God for blessing me with the talent and opportunities to get me here today. Thank you to my family for the constant support and effort that they have given me. Next, thank you to all my coaches who have helped shape me into the player that I am today. Lastly, thanks to all those who have guided me throughout the recruiting process and to get me to Harding. Emerson Early. Next up will be Coach Gina McGee with soccer, with women's soccer.
Hi, good morning. I'm Coach Gina McGee. I'm the assistant coach. I just need to qualify that for the women's soccer program, but I do coach Layla outside of school as well, and so I'm so honored to be able to say just a few kind words about her and just kind of congratulate her on her accomplishments, and as well as just kind of address the rest of you student athletes who are moving on to the next level. Congratulations, you guys. Layla Morris, go ahead and stand up. Layla Morris is a 3-year varsity starter for the Bulldogs. She started her freshman year and most likely will start her senior year as well, so we can tack on that 4th year. She is just such a cornerstone to our defense and does an amazing job back there. She's played in 2 state championships. Her accolades include an all-conference team selection 3 years straight, voted team defensive MVP for 2 years, Arkansas All-Preps underclassmen team, United Soccer Coaches All-State team, and obviously the AAA All-State team last year as well. So congratulations on those accolades, Layla. Layla is a fierce competitor. She constantly puts her body on the line to make sure that the job gets done. Her mentality and her God-given speed makes her a natural defender. She's typically the player that is responsible for marking the other team's best forward or fastest forward. So once we identify that player, we say, Layla, you're on number 2. And she usually gets the job done. From Coach Toma's memory, he claims that she has only seen 2 goals scored against her in her entire career at FHS against those best marked players. So she is definitely the best defender that we have seen in a long time. Her standard is that she wants to keep a clean sheet every game, and she encourages the rest of her back line to do the same thing. Some of my fondest memories last year was when we were pulling aside our defenders and we have our little powwow at halftime and go through what our strategy would be and what we needed to do. And she always had something to say or words of wisdom to include in that little team talk. She's also has doesn't ever rest on her laurels. She's always looking to find another opportunity to improve. She has even asked me, hey, coach, will you put me in a different position? I want to learn how to play this spot. I want to get better at it. It might be something that I know I'm going to have to do in the future. Can you give me some tips? And she's always looking for other opportunities to play and hear different voices. Sometimes players like to hear the same voice or get comfortable, and she is comfortable being uncomfortable. One example is this summer, she played with a women's team that was local, that brought in a bunch of other teams across the country and played with other women so that she could be prepared for this season and for her college career too. I've asked her before, sometimes she is like looking for improvement, and I ask her, hey, do you want to feel good or do you want to be coached today? And she's like, give me the hard stuff, coach. I want to know what I need to do. And then lastly, she's also a very good teammate. Those who might be on the fringe or who may be shy, she's always bringing them in under her fold. Her teammates naturally gravitate to her when they are looking for validation and support. She willingly gives that. She also gives them the truth as well. She's honest and won't take things lightly. She may be quiet, but she's definitely mighty. We're proud of her. We know that she'll represent FHS well at Missouri Southern State University. Congratulations to Layla and to everyone who helped her reach this goal. Her parents, her teammates, her coaches is who she would like to thank, and congratulations. We know you're going to represent Fayetteville High School. I would like to welcome Coach Jancy back to the mic.
Thank you so much, coaches. Those were great memories to hear, and the accomplishments of you student athletes, very impressive. As we wrap up today's signing day, I want to thank everyone who has helped make this event possible. To the teammates, the families, and Fayetteville High School staff, thank you for your unwavering support, encouragement, and sacrifice that helped guide these athletes to this very special moment. Behind every signature today is a special team of people who believed, supported, and showed up every step of the way. To the members of the media, we appreciate your time and your coverage in helping us share these incredible stories with our community. And finally, a very special thank you to Coach Elizabeth Thomas for her organization, Miss Emily Jones and Miss Nicole Strauser for getting this set up. It looks amazing as always. Your work behind the scenes made today not just possible, but meaningful and special. And as we close this ceremony, we want to leave you with a coin that commemorates this day. It represents your journey, your commitment, the standard you set at Fayetteville as a student athlete. Keep it as a reminder of where you started, who invested in you, and the home that will always be here in Fayetteville. And remember, you will always be a Purple Dog. Let's give them a round of applause and let them sign their letter. That concludes our ceremony. I want to thank everybody that came out, student athletes and your families. If you could stay just for a few minutes in those positions, I think the media might have some questions for you. Thank you, everybody, for coming. Go Bulldogs.